Hey Star Captains, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Starsector Ascendancy, Episode 25, Disco Potato. So, the current priority above my head is incorrect. It is outdated because we have already grabbed the Gate Hauler. And the Gate Hauler will be here in about just shy of 2 years or so, something like that. So I'm going to have you guys vote on the next priority. We can focus on earning money to invest in the colonies, improve relationships with specific factions to increase trade. So about that, if we take a look at, let's say, Sean, and take a look at the access, the accessibility is 127, and it's lowered by 10% due to hostilities with other factions. The hostilities with other factions is really only the Ludic path, which I think is worth mentioning. We could also focus on surveying and exploring for other candidates and colony items. So once, I would say, we start to make a profit, once we are turning a decent profit in these three worlds, and there isn't a lot of more development that we can do that would be reasonable, we could definitely consider hiring out some additional administrators and colonizing another system. So there's a few different things that we could do. We could, in Amon, we could potentially colonize a gas giant, but there's not a lot of volatiles at this gas giant that's here. Or alternatively, we could consider colonizing one of the other systems that we know of. So there was two other systems that were contenders for potential colony spots. Marax was one of them. So if we take a look at Marax, Marax has some farming worlds, it has gas worlds, it has hot worlds, it has mining worlds, it's got a little bit of everything, which is why it was one of the more attractive worlds to potentially colonize. And then the other one was, God, what was it? Jabidiji? Yes, it was Jabidiji. I can never say that. So Jabidiji, because it has a hot world, it has a mining world, and it has a farming world. So either of those potential candidates would be decent to consider for future colony candidates. I can also try to help with the shortages of the colonies. So here in Azrune, we have a bit of a supplies, heavy armaments, and ship hull and weapons shortage. The ship hull and weapons shortage really can only be fulfilled if I set up heavy industry around here. And heavy industry is almost certainly going to be built on Petrobul, which means we need to wait a whole lot of time for Petrobul to actually grow big enough so that Petrobul can set up another industry. But the other shortages, like supplies, that's not too ridiculous to set up. So I'll have you guys vote on that for a little bit longer. And I am going to run some of my supplies that I have on me right now over to Azrune in order to help with said shortages. I'm also going to take the ore that I have in storage here, because I'll probably end up selling the ore. Or alternatively, we have refineries at Petrobul, so I could just drop off the ore and say, hey, use the ore for your stockpiles, like melt it down, I don't care. Because that's perfectly reasonable as well. So have you guys decided on that? And whatever you end up deciding on, like, everything is eventually working towards trying to become more of a galactic power, right? Like, no matter how you spin it, that's ultimately what we're working towards, is becoming a more powerful faction so that we can actually rival that of the Church and the Hedge, because the Church and the Hedge are the ones to beat by far. Alright, so here we are at Azrune, and I can drop off some food, and then it is set up to use stockpiles during shortages, so the supply shortage has been resolved, adding one more stability to Azrune. That was very easy. Very, very easy. The other thing I could do here, might as well, is to set up a patrol HQ with half of the money that I have. Patrol HQ will kick the stability up from 5 to 6, so it won't be teeter-tottering on too dangerous to attract trade partners. I think that's a pretty wise thing to do. And it also looks like you guys, well, I'll put one more minute on the poll, but it kind of looks like working on supply shortages for colonies and also investing in them with all the money that I can possibly earn seems to be the popular option. Oh boy. Hey, 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 that's good. Market captured. Tritac just captured a hegemony planet. Oh, nice. Well, all right, to be fair, they captured their own planet back. Ossier's trading post was originally Tritac, and Tritac lost it, but now they regained it. There's going to be a lot of, like, incivility, let's call it, over in the core worlds. My goodness, they are really going head-to-head. So I dropped out my ore here, because, honestly, I don't need ore that bad. And it looks like we're going to try to earn money to invest in the colonies further. So there are some things that we can do here. I do have room for one more industry at Sean. Sean has 2 of 3. And the current thought that I had, at least, and I can also hazard pay to help it grow a little bit more. I mean, barely, but was to set up mining for a little bit more regular ore and also organics. But I'm going to poll on that. So taking a look at what I can invest in. I could save up for a battle station at Petrable. I could also do... would that make sense? Yeah. So Petrable, probably the thing that makes the most sense would either be a way station, but it really doesn't need a way station, so probably a battle station at Petrable, mining at Sean, and at Azaroon we are already building, but battle station at Azaroon. So, what planet to invest in? Sean for mining, Azaroon or battle station, or Petrable or battle station. And Dion, what do you mean just like hyperchunk question mark? I'm not following. The other thing that we could do is to do some hazard pay at Azaroon, so as to allow Azaroon to grow and get more industries. In fact, it wouldn't be crazy to potentially move the refining from Petrable to Azaroon and then set up heavy works at Petrable, because that would really get the ball rolling. But I probably want to do an initial investment before I start breaking down industries and moving them around. Because I want my you know, my planets to be a little bit more profitable. All right, let's see here. We have got, Gadfidium or whatever it's called wants these drugs. Actually, you know what? Forget it. I could only make 5 credits per drug? Yeah, no, that's not, no. Well, at least I can sell that to Contadin. Nobody really wants the transmutonics. Conta does not want this. Is there anything else? Conta wants 1,500 supplies, so I'll bring a whole bunch of supplies over as well. So we're doing a little, I'll just fill my caravan with supplies. We're doing a little bit of a smuggle run over to Conta, and then we'll get back to trying to earn money by fulfilling contracts. So the fastest way over that I think was to use... Man, the way I get to the core world changes every time. Probably to head to Beta Khufu. I wish I could slingshot there, though. Okay, monthly expenses was brutal, but that's fine. Our smuggling run will pay our debts. Can I colonize the other lava planet for minerals and production in the system? I could. Might not be worth anything, though. More ore for the sake of having more ore isn't really helpful unless you're doing something with ore. Essentially, raw resource acquisition is not as profitable as processing it. Mining is not as profitable as refining, and refining is not as profitable as, like, orbital works. So adding more planets for more raw resources, unless you're trying to corner the market for raw resources, really doesn't, there's no real reason to do that. You're spending money to make very little, in other words. Okay, so we want to go up to Vecna. I guess Thros is closest? And you guys want me to invest mining for Sean. And mining is a really cheap industry, so it's going to be really easy for me to earn the 100,000 required for that. And with any luck, oh boy, Sindrian just lost a planet to the Ludic Church. What does Sindrian even look like now? They have one gas giant world. Oh, no, they have their military world still. That's good. But, yeah, they're really on the ropes. I wish it was harder for, like, invaders to invade. It's not just simply just too easy for them to just steamroll one another. It's kind of ridiculous. Well, there is actually a sizable amount of clustered quests in the northwest, so I'm going to accept all 3 and then hope that... Oh, that one got withdrawn. What, like seconds ago? Fine, whatever. Alright, well that's the money that we need for mining. That was, easy. So, Mr. Sean, we are going to give you mining. And then the idea, once Sean grows yet again, which is not going to take too long, it's already at almost 70%, is to then set up light industry, because we have a, we have the ability to create a bit of a drug empire there if we play our cards right. Alright, there is some big old battle happen here. And what I'm hoping to do is just pick up some additional missions in the northwest before I actually go out. So yeah, let's swing by Mute and Zenazir and hope that they have missions for me. How does the gate hauler work? Just wait and see. Okay, there was a Pather incident on Petrable. Stability is reduced as a result, and there's active Ludic path cells originating from Beta Hero, and they are the Pather cells that are harassing my planet as well as harassing Tritac and Persean League. So I have kind of a new goal, which is to crush them. Not only they're harassing me, but they're harassing my potential allies that I would want to make an alliance with. With that said, I probably need to pick up another ship. I probably don't want to do this with one capital ship, but instead 2. Oh, there is another mission in the northwest. So I'm just picking up all the missions in the northwest. But I'll probably try to destroy that Pather world first, because leaving it alone doesn't seem to be a very smart option. So Petrable, what is your... Yeah, your stability just tanked, thanks to the recent unrest and the active Ludic path cells. There's a huge amount of supply disruption, so yeah, we're going to want to deal with that. That there is a big problem. Alright, new priority. Destroy the new path cell. Pretty straightforward. And with any luck, there might be even a bounty out for it. Not that I can tell. There is a bounty on the pirate base, but not the Pather cell. That's too bad. Would have been nice to get paid. Oh, you know, I should have gone to Beta Khufu, because there's a slipstream that goes from there straight home. Oh well. I only just noticed. Colony Expedition. So, Tritac is interesting. They are settling towards me. Not like anywhere exactly near me, but like definitely in my direction. What system? Here? What would they want here? Probably the gas giant, imagine? Interesting. Well, that's gonna increase trade, so like I am all for it. More trade partners closer to me is better for my colonies, honestly. But that's the thing, the longer I wait to colonize new planets, the more likely those new planets are... Wow, really? Monthly expenses... Cause of the instability, Petrobel just went to hell. Got it. Alright, I'm gonna have to cease hazard paying for these other planets for now, just so that we can start paying off our debts. Once I do those missions in the Northwest, I'll be able to pay off the debts. But yeah, we're not very financially secure, as you can probably tell. Constantly running into the negatives. Because these are fledgling planets that need a lot of support. I definitely entered in the wrong gravity well. Alright, so we'll probably take that, Oh, we had some crew disband, that's fine. I'll probably end up taking the... Let's see. The Legion, this one. Destroy with Roy. And then we're just gonna have to bring... I'll put JD in there. We're gonna have to bring the crew that we have in cargo. But I had a lot of crew sort of squirreled away waiting to be... They were on, like, shore leave, let's call it. Wait, no. That was buying. There we go. Much better. I don't want to actually purchase new people. Alright, looking good. No, I'll take that back. Make sure we have enough... I have enough fuel and supplies. I'm just going to get a little bit more fuel. I know it's going to cost me at the end of the month, but... so be it. And we'll ride the slipstream down to Beta Khufu and go mess with that Pather base. Because I am not all about Petrobel going to hell because of terrorists. Alliance vote. So Tritac and Hedge just forged a peace treaty. That's pretty good. The longer it takes Hedge to like truly dominate, the better, because it gives me a chance to like catch up. In other words, so I want the Hedge to like slow down, unless of course Tritac was winning, but they aren't. So they were last seen at Beta Hero, which is this black hole here. So I'll go to Zumuzi or whatever it's called. One hop over. Whoa, this is Jeff. Oh my lord, look at that. That is a death stack. Wow. Glad I didn't get too close to that. Okay. The church is definitely here. I see their junk strewn about everywhere. Or path, I should say. They're not church. So I hacked their comms relay so that I can maybe pick up more missions while I'm here, but it looks like they're... Oh, hello. Really? Alright. Just jumping at the bit to fight me. Cool. It was a bit of a bigger fight. I got jumped by quite a number of them, so... Battle lights are on. Kind of feel like I should have brought more backup. So we got the nav buoy. They have a sensor jammer. That seems unfair. Can we switch? I'd rather have the sensor jammer. I guess I get top speed with the nav buoy. It's not terrible. Yes. Send your overdriven enforcers straight into my face. That's exactly what I want. So they have a lot of Eradicators in this fight, which are probably the scarier enemies of the enemies that they're throwing at me. So we're going to want to knock them out quick. But I am just killing the small stuff, because the small stuff dies fast. Alright, and there's this church venture in my face. Come on, just kill it already. Oh wow, we already lost the Legion. They must have gotten ganged up by just tons of small stuff. This might not be all that survivable, this fight. We got jumped by just a lot of swarms of stuff. And, without having additional backup, I'm not really going to be able to drop flux. And a lot of these Eradicators are, like, rigged with giant torpedoes, which slice through armor like you would not believe, making it really challenging to drop flux safely. As I just demonstrated, it's not like I had much of a choice between overheating and or getting torpedoed. Yeah, I'm alone here. Alright, well, I definitely shouldn't have jumped in. I'll just abort this one. Should not have jumped into the fight so quickly. I hope that wasn't a single fleet. I hope that was one of, like, two? Oh, don't jump back into Zumi, or whatever it's called. But, my transponder's off. And, what I'll do instead is break their relays and try to lure them away, so divide and conquer. So I'm gonna break for salvage and see who arrives from there. Alright, patrol edge crew Azarun is done, but stability sucks. There's a food shortage. There's a big old shortage. So it was 2 fleets. Okay. I didn't mean to... I'm fat-fingering this. I am rusty. That's my only excuse here. I'm trying to divide them up, but I'm just not doing it quite right. 3rd time's a charm. Because at least it was the right idea. So when you break their stuff, they go to investigate, essentially. So what I'm hoping to do is break it, and then, like, dip into the ring and ambush someone instead. Oh, okay. Well, they're alone. I can definitely win this fight. Perfect. I think what happened last time is that I was fighting two separate fleets at the same time, and they just... safety in numbers, right? There was just way too many of them. And here, I think this fleet is, what, 3, 4 Eradicators? It's really more reasonable. I yearn for the day that I can bring most of my battleships out from dry dock. There's just no affording that. Not yet, at least. It's too bad I didn't bring excess crew, like extra crewmen, because there might be some recovering of Eradicator ships at the end of this. Or if my own ships blow up, having spare crew to crew it once it recovers. Alright, Ally Eradicator, do not block the shot. Oh, okay, you're doing that. This stupid Eradicator in front of me just... Yep, it blocked my shot until it blew up. Piloting 101. Don't step in front of a cannon. What? Nope. That pilot didn't know better. Alright, there's really only small stuff around me now. Nothing the pulsars can't deal with when they close. Got a little Zealot Condor. That's cute. And they're cooked. I'm gonna claim victory. Harry the retreat. Recover my Eradicator, which did not get demodded. I don't really want their other ships here. And we now don't have enough crew to crew up our fleet. But that's okay. We'll just be slightly under our combat readiness. Okay, it's not well defended, so I'm just going to jump to it before it gets back up. Hopefully the Legion on my right gets close for like a torpedo barrage. After this fight, I'll show you my my skill tree. So I think they had what, like these two Eradicators. I might want to isolate the Eradicators out and kill them before I even bother going after the station. Just because the station's gonna require all of my flux to focus on to get it down. My engines got knocked out, which is why I'm just turtling here. Oh, I'm like drifting into a correct shot. Just my fortress shields were still up. There we go, engine's back. Bye-bye, Eradicator. So we have a Condor up left, one Eradicator, two Eradicators on the right. The Legion is not making progress getting towards the base because of the pressure of the small stuff, so I'm going to get rid of the small stuff for it. How do I keep losing engines, though? .360 shields and they keep punching it out. Alright, this Eradicator looks EMP'd to hell. There we go. Hope that Legion hasn't lost its nerve, because I'm about to get rid of all of the pressure ships, opening up a opportunity for it to close with the Cyclone Reapers. Alright, where'd you go? Don't hide behind me. Get up front. Attack. They have... I think the Condor's there. So they have a monitor... Or no, a brawler. What is that? Brawler? Yeah. They have a brawler and... just small stuff. So now it's just a matter of, like, pressuring them. This is a higher level, station. Okay, what the hell? Full assault, let's go. What kind of offers is in the Legion? A level 7 that I found. Kind of a missile officer, but like a mix of a bunch. That Legion is not a normal Legion. It does have rods and longbows, but it's mostly designed to be like missile support. And it's a steady officer. So the fact that it's like standing off this far is just odd. Oh, it just rushed over... What is it attacking? Really? Really? No. Went after the brawler. I guess he just had a little bit too much alcohol before this fight. Because he's, flying around like an idiot. Like he's drunk or something. Well, we got one of the 3 bastions down, but it was the easiest of the 3. Oh, there goes the Enforcer. You gotta get, that was not... Oh, my shields were down. Not a good opportunity for those torpedoes there, with all of the point defense they had up. Wait for me to EMP it. Wait for me to high flux. Or not. No, it worked. It is... So the Legion is basically max flux. So what I could do is I can just keep the pressure on, so that the Legion might have a chance to vent. Alright, that brawler retreated, cool. And that station section... Alright, while the Legion is taking the heat, I'm going to try to back up and vent. But that station section's almost gone. I wonder if I can finish it before it rotates out. Oh, come on. There we go. So the High Citadel is hammering me. Wait, how did the Eradicator die? Where did it... Did it die seriously to, like, Cerberuses? That would just... That's hilarious in a sad way, or sad in a hilarious way. I didn't see it anywhere near the, this Citadel, so... If it got blown up. Didn't get blown up by the station, I don't think. What is my preferred drink for hydration? Water or coffee? It's pretty much all I drink. I missed. Oh, front armor on this ship is getting slammed. Oh, Legion's not doing so hot. If the Legion goes down, I can't take this station out. And that Legion is doing... it's gone. Yeah, I think this is a lost cause, which I'm surprised. We had the forces to do it. I think I just had a bunch of the other ships in my fleet just like potatoed in ways that I would not have otherwise predicted, getting themselves knocked out of the fight unnecessarily early. Probably the best way that I can do this at this point is to get outside of range and then get close when the broken third side of the Citadel is exposed to me. Closing. But no, I probably won't have the flux capacity or venting to actually punch a hole in this station, I don't think. The other thing we could have done is seeing if we can't lure them away from the station by having all of our ships park outside of the station's range, killing their support fleet, and then closing in. That could have worked, but now, yeah, I'm definitely not going to have the flux to fight this. Because I don't have torpedoes that would be able to pop the shields that they have left. That's annoying. I feel like that Legion did not play it very well. It's too bad it wasn't a Pegasus. Because if it was a Pegasus, I could have just taken control. That's just, I don't like to fly Legions. That and, like, during one of the most crucial points... Oh, I forgot to quick save before. It, like, used its burn drive to chase a brawler in front of the entire station where it, like, took the majority of its damage. Which is, quite honestly, insanely dumb. Like, I don't have words for that level of dumb. And that's only one of the things that I saw it do. So, possibly worse than that. So maybe what we'll try is to remove all of the protecting fleets from it so that we can fight it just alone. Because I arrived not knowing what tier station it was. Granted, it was sending Pather cells to 3 different locations, but yeah, it's a behemoth. The Legion acted like a dog chasing a squirrel, yes. Which is, as soon as I saw that, I told it to cut that out, but it was too late. The damage had already been done. It got pummeled. Speaking of pummeled, all of my Eradicators are behaving like that. Like the Eradicator off to my right just like moseyed on over to get itself cooked. And there's nothing I can do to keep it from cooking. Interesting Eradicator build, just like full of gun spam. I think ultimately the issue is trying to do this attack on a budget is the core of the problem. I can't afford a larger fleet, but a larger fleet is needed, so I'm taking losses due to the lack of a larger fleet. So in hindsight, chasing those contracts in the Northwest to be able to afford supplies and fuel for more ships probably was the best course of action. Or the better course of action. I did want more Eradicators, so maybe what I'll do is pull the plug on this, because this is not working so well. drop off the eradicators that I just got, and then run those missions for pay. I think that's probably a better approach. So, let's see. I am going to mothball all but the demodded ones with the hope of removing those demods. Oh, let's get the debris field too. And then drop these guys off at my at Sean or somewhere in Amen. Jumping back to Zamuzi might be a little sketchy, because it was pretty heavily guarded. And now that I have mothballed ships, I'm not really able to move as fast as I normally would be. Yep. Kind of figured it would be like that. Alright, well, let's get back to Amen now. Having to use the jump points because of damage is different. Thank you for tuning in to Starsector Ascendancy, which originally streamed live on Twitch, July 26th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you at next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow captains.